This is Al from Roofophonics again, back with an update. Things are sort of slowly moving along. The NFT ebb and flow system is now, well, it's ready to be tested out. I tested the siphon and it basically drains in exactly a minute and a half from the siphon starts until you get the burping sound from the bell siphon. And the bell siphon, from it starts drawing water so you can see that it's in full siphon, takes about 5 seconds. 5 seconds. I'm still surprised at how well that works. I have yet to do the cable box on this side. Just needs to be finished out with a few notches so I can put the lid on and it'll be watertight. I have finished well, sort of temporary electrical solution over here. This too will be my on and off switch for the main pump for the separate system. It's just going to go on top here and it'll stay nice and dry. Should be fine. Sort of raised up a little bit, so even if any water hits it, it shouldn't get into it at all. Everything should be fine. That draws water to the other system, electricity to the other system as well. This NFT system is going to be next in line for testing, and then I'm going to have to postpone finishing up the aeroponics system until later. But for now, electricity is in place, pumps is in place, just need to finish this housing. The siphon, I ended up finding a clever way of putting both your thumbs in the siphon pipe, 1-inch pipe I have, putting it over. That worked perfectly. Both of those reservoirs are filled up. This is in place. I've put in the solar panel. Maybe you can see it up top. It's a little hard to see. Basically, it's up here below and it's sort of zip tied in there. It's a very small panel, maybe 20 centimeters by maybe 25 by 15, so it's very small. And so we'll just give you a view of this. So what's interesting about this is what we have here is focus that, there we go. So this system now has 2 pumps in it and 2 air stones in there. So one of them, this one is from a very, very, very tiny, this big solar powered pump. It's supposed to be from 0 to 500 liters per minute depending on how much sun it gets. I mean, this small. Well, it is made in China, so I didn't have my hopes up, to be honest. The other one is almost a small pump, 7-watt pump. It's supposed to do 400 liters per hour, and it does just fine. So basically the idea is that if one sets out during night, the other one would still go. So this test is going to be all about quickly figuring out how much time does it take to fill up the reservoir. So I'm going to time this just like I did when it emptied it out. Here's the numbers from the siphoning, exactly a minute and a half. Let me first turn on the pumps in the air stone. There we go. That turns on the pump. I will start that. So what you see now is the 7-watt pump, and now I'm adding the solar powered pump as well. So you can see both of them actually provide quite a bit of flow. Both of them seemingly about the same, maybe. And this one is the solar powered one. This one is the normal 7-watt pump. So you can see the solar powered pump produces maybe a little bit more, well, pretty much the same. But at least we've got direct sunlight. So that's probably why. I have no idea how far down it's going to go once we start losing the sun. In fact, maybe I should try and put my hand on top of it. So far it's filling up nicely. We're at 45 seconds. Oh, there it goes very quickly. Remove my hand again and it's all back again. Wow, that was quick. Let me go ahead and put the bell on. You can see how far up it goes. Put the bell on here. Leave this in. No, let me just check if you can see the. Yeah, you can see the air stones. So the idea is that even if it does take quite a bit of time for the reservoir to fill up, It shouldn't really matter, even during nighttime when it's only one pump. Whatever time the roots are submerged, they will still get all the aeration, just like you would with a Kritsky method. Please correct me if I pronounce that wrong. The Kritsky method, I think it is. So it should work just fine, actually. Even if the solar power one sits out during nighttime, just will, work just fine, I think. Yeah, so it's just letting this go. We're coming up on 2 minutes now. I'm gonna go ahead and just speed this video up so that you don't have to wait for it, and I'll stop before the siphon sets in. Alright, so as we're getting closer now, I don't know if you can see, but really the solar powered pump is really going strong, whereas the 7-watt power seems to be sort of fluctuating a little bit. Not really a good sign, but yeah, so that's what it is. I'll leave the bell off for a second so we can see when it gets close. One thing to note that I just actually realized, obviously timing this is fine, but once we start filling it up with pots and medium in those pots, it's going to take up mass and potential volume in the reservoir. So obviously that's going to be a lot faster to fill up once we've got plants in it. So that's I'm going to have to do another test once I get my plants in there. That's just something to be aware of. And obviously emptying it out is going to be even quicker. All right. We're at 8 minutes and 10. Gonna put the bell back on. Should be very close. There we go. I'll let you know when I hear it. There we go. 9 minutes and 10. Just started. And it's at full speed now. There we go, coming out quickly. Should start going on very quickly now. Go 20 seconds, and the thing is, it's going to be very quiet actually. The siphon works even though the pipe that comes out below the surface here actually sticks out underneath the water table. So even though you might have had a quicker suction if it had come out above it. It's actually completely silent below, so there's no splashing sound or anything. And it still sucks out all that it needs to. I'm quite surprised, but it works really well. I haven't had any issues yet with it not starting, not stopping, or anything like that. It's the first time I've had it finish with both of the pumps on at the same time, but I don't expect any issues at all. I'm not expecting equilibrium flow or anything like that. I'm expecting it to stop just as it's supposed to, which hopefully we'll see in a second. It's coming up on 1:25, 1:30, and we should hear a burp in a minute. Any minute. There we go. There's the burp. It stopped. So with the pumps going, it takes an extra 10 seconds to empty out, and it stopped just fine. It's not still going or anything. So that's not bad at all. 9 minutes and 10 seconds to fill up, and then 1 minute and 41 seconds to empty out again. So not too shabby. Yeah. Any comments, questions, leave them down below. You know what to do. And please like and subscribe to see more of this stuff. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.